Hi everyone, my name's Ethan with Coreware, and in this video we're going to be going over events. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, so first things first, we're going to go to events and facilities, events, and we're going to look at event types. So these are going to be the different types of events. In the case of maybe a gun range, for example, then these are going to be your different classes that you offer. So today I'm going to go ahead and click on defensive shotgun course. There's going to be a few different pieces of information here. You're going to have a event type code, event type description, so the name of the event essentially, and also you're going to be able to fill in any information about this course. This doesn't have to be written in HTML. You can also hold your Alt key on Windows and click on this little box, or Option key on Mac, and that's going to open it as more of a simple text editor. So you can do things like add a title. So we'll go ahead and keep that for now. There can be a specified product, you can specify emails, reminder emails, and emails for when the event is ended. Additionally, if you want your customers to be able to change which date they're taking the event on their own, you can set a number in this field. This refers to 3 days before the event. Additionally, you can do the same thing for cancellation. If somebody does cancel an event because you have this enabled, then it's actually going to refund them as a gift card. So if I click into this other tab, you can see that I have both of those enabled for this defensive shotgun course. So I can actually cancel my registration and it will let the customer know that a gift card will be issued. Additionally, for the CCW course, you can see that I don't allow customers to actually change the date and time or cancel. And then if you select to change an event, it'll just show customers other event types on different dates if that is happening. Additionally, you can actually set a display color. So with the display color, that's going to be the color that it actually displays on our event calendar. Additionally, you have the ability to hide an event type in calendar. For example, if it's maybe like private instruction and you don't necessarily want the public to be able to see when all of your private instructions are, then you can hide that. Internal use only will effectively do the same thing. It'll make it so that it's only viewable by an admin user, whereas hide in calendar, actually even an admin user won't see it on the calendar. Additionally, you can set it to set notifications when events of this type are created. So maybe if you have some staff working for you that are creating events for you, so you can actually get a notification every single time one is created. And then additionally, let's go ahead and look at actually creating an event. So we're going to go to events and facilities, events, create events. Once you're here, can go ahead and choose that defensive shotgun course first. You can choose an event image. I'm not going to do that this time just because I don't really have one. For the event name, I'm just going to type in defensive shotgun course, and it's actually going to pre-fill some of that later information on. Once I choose the dates and times, etc., you'll notice that that description did get carried over here. For choosing when you want the event to happen, you can actually make that repeat. Let's say I have all Friday courses. I can also want to add that on Wednesdays, so I could do that, or I could also choose specific dates and times, maybe tomorrow, maybe another one for the 30th, etc., etc. For now, I'm going to go ahead and simply create a repeating event. Let's do Wednesday. So I'm going to select a start time and an end time and select how many attendees you want to attend this class. Let's choose 30. If you want to categorize the attendees, you can do that as well. You can also add customers to a particular mailing list. And then let's make this event publicly available and enable shopping cart checkout so that a customer actually has the ability to pay for the class. For this one, I'm just going to call this class registration. If you want to be more specific for reporting purposes, you can create some other product categories, maybe matching the name so that you can tell in your reporting not just how many class registrations you have, but actually how many for each type of class. Let's go ahead and set a price per person. 3-hour class, I don't know, $75. Additionally, you have the ability to specify how many days prior to an event a customer will be able to check out. In this case, let's make it so that they actually can't sign up 2 days prior to the event. Maybe 1 day. Also, if my state does not tax events, then you're going to want to set that. You can also set some related products, import an add-on set. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's maybe do ear protection and eye protection. So I'm going to actually create an add-on set, and I'm going to go ahead and add 2 rows here. I'm just going to simply add what they are. Ear protection, eye protection, sale price, $5. and $5. And that's going to go ahead and add that add-on set. And you do need to specify some facilities. Let's go ahead and choose some classrooms. And I'm also going to specify some ranges. So I'm going to be, in this case, in the classroom from 8 to 10, and then we're going to do an hour on the range. So let's go ahead and do 8. And then I'm also going to use maybe the rifle lanes. 1, rifle lane 2, rifle lane 3. I'm going to utilize those from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So the rest of the duration of the class. Okay, so from 8 to 10, we're in classroom A, and then from 10 to 11, we're going to be in the rifle lanes for this defensive shotgun course. Actually shoot some live ammunition. Always like to let customers know to just triple check everything here. I know that we don't have an image set. That's going to be okay for this one. And let's go ahead and publish that event. And that created 4 events. So if I click here, this is going to just take me to events and facilities, events and events, just kind of a quick shortcut. Okay, so you can see a list of all of the events that were created, a start date here. In this case, I can see the ones that I just created. Let's just choose one of these. So if I go to the reservations tab, I can see all of those room reservations, facility reservations that I created. Additionally, you can see which customers have actually registered for an event. So you can see that in this tab. On the front end, let's go ahead and take a look at how your customers are now going to register for these events. We can now see that on Wednesdays, there's a defensive shotgun course. If I click that, it's going to show me what it is. There's not going to be a picture here. Let's go ahead and choose one that does have a picture. And notice that it actually will tell you how many exact spots are left on a particular class. So the customer will simply go ahead and click register now. A few key things to remember: if you're clicking on this and nothing is happening, that means that there's no event registration product created for that event. So you're probably going to want to go in and activate the event and just simply recreate it. It's going to be the simplest solution here. Additionally, if you are not seeing your event on the calendar, it's because you did not reserve any specific facilities that is mandatory for things to show up on the calendar. But moving on, let's go ahead and click register now. And you can see it simply brings over the picture, still tells you how many. Ignore the quantity on hand. That's simply because I'm logged in as an admin user. It's going to tell you that description that you wrote earlier. And let's go ahead and click add to cart. Check out now. And in this case, there's actually a restriction. So I actually can't add more than one person to this class. But if I did, what it would do is it would add an event registrant row so the customer can actually register for their friends, family, whoever's taking the class with them, etc. And they can go ahead and start their checkout and go from there. Really, really nice, slim, easy checkout process. Let's go ahead and look at one more thing here. In the registration tab, you will also see the event registration product that was created for this event. So let's go ahead and copy that. And I'm going to go to products maintenance. And once I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and paste in that code. And that's going to go ahead and pull up this product. So this is the actual product that the customer is creating. Now, I'm going to emphasize, please, please, please do not mess with any of these settings, the non-inventory items, specifically the reindex and the virtual product checkboxes. Do not touch those or you are going to break your event. The way the system works is that when the event fills up, this box gets unchecked, so it becomes an inventory item with an inventory of 0. Going back to the actual event record itself. Okay, so let's go ahead and choose this defensive shotgun course on the 3rd. And you can see that I actually had registered for this. My information does show up here. You can also see the order ID associated with that order. And if you click on it, it actually brings up the order in the orders dashboard here. A useful tip that I like to employ is actually to make an order status specifically that this is a event registration. And I like to set a display color. This is going to be internal use only. The customer doesn't really need to see it. And I'm also going to just mark it completed so that whenever this gets assigned, it just gets auto completed. Or as I showed you in another video, if you go to orders, settings, automatic processing controls, contains product in category, class registration, and the action that it's going to perform, perform is simply set the order status. So now whenever an order comes into the orders dashboard, it's simply going to mark it as completed, and it's going to set that color, set that order status, and pretty easy to tell that that's not really an order at that point that you need to follow up on or ship out or anything like that. So that's all I have for this video. If you do have any questions, please leave a ticket at help.coreware.com, and we would be happy to get you situated, and we will see you in the next video.